All right, that was then. This is now Chapter 5 quiz. Number 1, which of the following quotes is not a sign of Brian's growth? Because I loved her. I thought about all the times I'd said I love you to girls I didn't love, to some I didn't even like, and it had been so easy. And now I couldn't even look at her for fear she could tell somehow. B. That was strange too. In the past, I thought in terms of we. Now I was thinking in terms of me. C. We ran out and jumped on them, and the one we didn't get took off, which was a wise thing for him to do. D. I didn't feel glad or vengeful or anything. So look for the answer choice that is not like the other three. Number 2. What is the most likely short-term effect of Brian's mom being absent from his life when it comes to parenting? A. He may be more likely to take responsibility for Mark and M&M. B. He may be less likely to have a close bond with her as an adult because they didn't establish a close bond when he was younger. C. He may become enraged and try to leave home early because she wasn't strict enough. D. He may be more likely to figure things out for himself. 3. How does Charlie's draft move the plot forward? A. It establishes an inner conflict for Charlie, where Brian and Mark are left once again to make poor choices, like pool hustling for money without adult role models. B. It makes the plot stop as the reader waits for Charlie's response, since he is a central figure in the book. C. It results in M&M becoming enraged that Charlie would even consider going to war, since M&M is all about peace. D. It creates a situation where Mark and Brian have to help Charlie instead of the other way around. Number 4. Brian notes that M&M would trust Jack the Ripper, the serial killer in London. We watched the video in class. What is M&M like according to this statement? So to get both points, make sure you answer this box, how M&M thinks or feels. He would trust Jack the Ripper. What does that mean? And then how M&M acts because of these thoughts and feelings. So what he thinks, how he acts. Number 5, provide a direct quote from page 83 that provides tension or suspense for the reader. Use proper punctuation and citations. So you have to include quotation marks at the end and the beginning, parentheses, the author's last name only, and a page number. This is a 5-point question. 6, what kind of conflict is being used when Brian starts to feel Mark pulling away from him, especially concerning Charlie's death? A, person versus person. B, person versus self. C, person versus nature. D, person versus society. 7, which character is an antagonist in the text? If you don't remember what this word means, antagonist, you can raise your hand and ask a teacher to help. You can also open up a tab and Google the word antagonist. A, Eminem and Kathy's dad. B, Brian. C, Charlie. D, Eminem. 8, how is Brian's view of girls changing? How do you know? Use page 78 to provide specific details. So to earn both points, make sure you provide a quote from page 78 here about Brian's view of girls. That's new since it's changed. And then how this viewpoint is different from how he used to think about girls. 9, what is the author trying to tell readers by contrasting Mark and Brian's reaction to Charlie's death? If you're not sure what contrast means, raise your hand and ask a teacher. What is her advice for life? In other words, what is a theme of this chapter? So list Mark's reaction as specifically as you can in this box, Brian's reaction to Charlie dying in this box, and then write a sentence that is like advice for life. So when bad things happen, answer that sentence. 10, who is Brian confiding in when it comes to Charlie's death? If you're not sure what this term means, ask a teacher. Kathy's dad, Eminem, Mark, Kathy. And then 11, this is a prediction question. Brian and Mark differ in their interpretation of Charlie's death. If you're not sure what interpretation means, ask a teacher. How might this conflict move the plot forward? A, Brian may become increasingly annoyed or frustrated with Mark for not taking anything seriously. B, Brian may become frustrated with Mark for not talking about his feelings and tell Kathy about Mark's past. C, Mark may start to hang out with Mike and Terry more often because he hates Brian. D, Mark may not be able to manage his feelings, and that might make him want to leave forever.